Good afternoon, South Carolina Department of Education. Ms. Bass speaking. How can I help you?
You got somebody
I'm great.
may want to mute.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca, you may need to do it from your end.
Yeah, I think I got
The
it.
email.
A few. I'm muting just a few. Fine.
There's no help.
We're muted. So everybody has a better link on that. Yeah, everybody has a new version. Like.
Welcome. And then Mike's up.
Ooh, you're talking.
So the whole time she's. You have a copy of it.
Hello, Dr. Hannon.
Good
There's
afternoon.
my friend in corrections. Sorry, Wanda.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I would like to welcome all of you to our kickoff for the 2025-2026 school year. My name is Wanda Govan, and I am the Director of Adult Education for Darlington and Lee counties. Also, I serve as the South Carolina Curriculum Specialist for Family Literacy. We are so excited to have you here today celebrating with us this kickoff for the brand new school year. I cannot believe it's already 2025-2026 school year. It is such an amazing time to be an educator in the state of South Carolina for adult education. I am so excited that you are here. We welcome you. We welcome you. There has been so much prepared for you all for this afternoon. I just ask that you sit back and enjoy this exciting time together. And the next speaker will be Mr. King, our state director. And I will be turning it over to him right now. Mr. King, you're on. Thank you for being here.
All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Boy, I love all that energy you have, Ms. Govan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome everyone again to this event. Welcome back. I know some of you have already started receiving students in, but certainly welcome back to this school year. Hopefully everyone gets off to a great start. Last school year, we served just over 15,000 participants, nearly matching what we did the school year before. And we had another 8,000 or so participants. So a total of 23,000 individuals came through our doors through local adult education programs. More than 2,000 GEDs were awarded. We topped 1,000 high school diplomas. We haven't been in the 1,000 high school diploma range in quite some time, probably about a decade. So congratulations to all of the work that has occurred around high school diploma. And then we had another nearly 4,000 career readiness certificates earned between WIN and WorkKey. So great job there as well. But again, I just want to welcome everyone. Hopefully everyone's school year is off to a great start. And I look forward to hearing more from everyone. Take care. Have a great event.
Thank you, Mr. King. Thank you so much for that welcome. And Ms. Govan, thank you as well. So guys, we're ready to kick this adventure off today. So starting us off, remember this event, we have asked a lot of our vendors, our software reps that we utilize here in adult education to come speak today. So we have a jam-packed agenda for you. So starting us off is our Aztec representative, the field service representative, Miss Gina Clark. Miss Clark, I have your slides and you just tell me when to click next.
That sounds wonderful. Well, hello everybody. Good afternoon. It's a little nerve-wracking to go first, but let's get this party started, right? My name again is Gina Clark, and I want to just quickly review with you today Aztec's learning system methodology and how this strategic learning-centered approach can help you teach with precision and help students learn with purpose. We can go ahead to the next slide. There are several challenges that we face as adult educators. We juggle a lot, from time constraints for doing the required tasks of the job to diverse learner needs from varying levels of ability to inconsistent engagement and motivation, not to mention the pressure to show results. What if your instruction could be more targeted? What if it was more efficient and more transformational with less prep? Aztec's learning system methodology was strategically designed to solve some of these challenges and to bring clarity, efficiency, and impact to adult education. Next slide. Here's how our learning system methodology works. It's a 4-step system. It starts with a pretest on every unit. This pretest is prescriptive and it is diagnostic in value. It assesses both what the student knows and yet what the student may need to know. It identifies a learning pathway and creates a prescriptive learning plan for the individual teacher, for the individual student. It helps to make informed decisions by the instructor about what the student needs to work on, so they're not spending time on activities that they can already do. This increases relevance and engagement for the students. And whatever we find as relevant and engaging, that makes it more valuable because their time is respected and they trust because the system feels personalized and purposeful. When learners get the system, feel that the system gets them, they lean in, and that's where the real growth begins. Next slide. Our lessons are aligned with the national standards, the GED standards, and the assessment blueprints and frameworks. Each learning objective is clearly stated, and there are numerous skill checks to ensure mastery along the way. There are Kaplan videos embedded into many of the lessons to provide a multimodality learning experience for the student. These lessons can be projected and used as whole group instruction for in-person or hybrid programs. During the year, I would be happy to provide training to your program about effective active teaching strategies using Aztec in the classroom. And Aztec doesn't just stop at instruction. It ensures that the learners have the chance to apply what they've learned. Next slide, please. For every lesson, students are given access to skill drills. These are targeted practice activities that reinforce the key components and build confidence. There are 10 randomly generated question sets. No 2 question sets are the same. These drills aren't just repetition. They're designed to strengthen retention, encourage application, familiarize learners with the types of questions they'll encounter on official assessments, like multiple choice, drag and drop, fill in the blank, drop a pen, etc. This is the difference between knowing something and being able to use it, and that's where Aztec shines. Next slide, please. The unit post-tests are also prescriptive in nature, just like the pretest. If a student has mastered the lessons in the unit, they move forward to the next unit and they begin the cycle again. But if there's still areas they need to review, Aztec identifies those specific lessons and guides the learner back, ensuring no one moves on without readiness. This cyclical approach means that learners progress with confidence, instruction remains targeted, and mastery is always the goal, not just completion. Next slide. Let's see. Practice tests. So our practice tests are at the end. They're designed to come after they have completed a subject area course. This is a critical checkpoint before attempting the official GED exam. These practice tests are more than just mock exams. They're prescriptive tools as well. They analyze performance and they provide a targeted summary of lessons that students should revisit to improve their GED scores. There are 3 unique versions of each practice test, offering multiple opportunities to assess readiness. It's highly recommended that the students complete the full coursework first before taking these tests to ensure that the results reflect true preparedness. Next slide. So what does this mean for you? This methodology doesn't just support students, it empowers instructors. Data-driven decisions, pre and post-test, give you instant insight into the student's strengths and gaps. Time-saving tools, the system automatically prescribes lessons so you spend less time guessing and more time guiding. Focused instruction, you can group students by skill level, personalize interventions, and track progress with clarity. Built-in accountability. Every step is documented, making it easy to report what outcomes and celebrate the growth. Last slide, please. So again, this is just a summary of what Aztec's learning system methodology entails and how it can benefit both the student and you. As you all have met me now, I know I'm new to some of your faces. I'm excited to be here with you, and I'm here with your journey throughout the year. So please feel free to reach out if you would like specific learning and training for your teachers on how we can use this program to benefit your students.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Clark. I know we love Aztec, so thank you for that.
Thank
So
you.
guys, next, Aztec has been so generous, and let me see here. Okay, hopefully no one saw that just yet, but we're gonna play a little game. So you guys know with our back to school kickoff every year, we like to throw a little quiz every now and then at you. So we're gonna do things a little bit differently this year. We're mixing it up so that we do not have to switch out of the Zoom and convert back to different web browsers. So in just a second, you're gonna see a question pop up on the screen. And Ms. Clark went over all 3 of these questions. And our users of Aztec, you guys are gonna know them. Here's how you win the prize. You have to, in chat, you need to put the answer. You're probably going to be quickest if you put the letter of the correct answer into chat. 1 second here. Okay. So in just a second, again, I'm going to reveal the question. The first person to get the correct answer in chat, you are the winner of our first prize from Aztec. And I believe Jennifer, Carla, if you guys are on the call as well, they're going to get your name to make sure we have that so we get the gift to you guys.
I'm watching.
Are we ready? Okay, I think so. Second here. Let's see. All right. Oh, and by the way, I'll go ahead and say it. We are going to diversify here. So if you win question 1, unfortunately, you are out for the rest of our games. So we're trying to create a lot of different winners here today. All right, here we go. Question 1 is, how many randomly generated questions are in a drill set? Is it 3? Is it 5, 7, or 10? And Jennifer, you chime in and tell me if we have our winner.
Yep, we do.
Awesome. All right. So the correct answer here, guys, is 10. Jennifer, who's our winner?
Amber Bannister from Aiken Adult
Woohoo!
Education.
Okay, I do have to say this. Amber's my co-teacher here in Aiken, and she is the fastest typer. She's done though. She cannot. Amber, I challenge anybody to a typing contest with Amber. She types so fast. So that does not surprise me. All right, question 2. Here we go. What is one way a lesson can be waived? Can students click the wave button? I read too slow. You guys are already answering, I know. Jennifer, let us know when we have a winner.
I believe we do.
Uh-oh. Who's our winner?
Well, what's our answer?
Oh, I am sorry. The answer here, what is one way a lesson can be waived in the Aztec program? It is choice C, the descriptive nature of scoring results via practice, pretest, or post-test.
And our winner is Jennifer Hook.
Hey, Jennifer, very nice. All right, last question here for Aztec.
Aztec, I know nothing. Uh-huh.
All right, we are moving right along. Here we go. Question 3. True or false? The following 3 subjects are included in EFL 2 fundamentals class: reading, language, and math. And the drum roll is, it is true.
And so that would be Gretchen Trexler.
Awesome. Very nice job. All right, ladies. Well, good job. We are going to move on. I'm going to throw the baton over to Jennifer.
All right, and good afternoon. I am super excited to be introducing Miss Brittany Napolitano from Essential Education. And so just let us know, and Rebecca's got slides for you, Brittany. Thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you all so much for having me. I'm ready whenever you are, Miss Rebecca. So the first thing that I just wanted to show you all is, again, just reminding you that I am here through Essential Education. We actually have 2 of our other folks from Essential Ed joining us. That's Tara Kiley, who is the sales rep for the state of South Carolina, and also Val Dungan, who is the customer success manager for your entire state. They have hopped on to join me just to show you exactly how Essential Education always will be ready to provide support for the state of South Carolina. So I'm ready to move right along so we can showcase just a little bit about our educator support. As mentioned, up one more, please. Uh-oh, I think we skipped slide 2 that has my picture on it there. There we go. Okay, so speaking of our support, we really aim here at Essential Education to offer really what we consider a concierge level of support and service to you. One of the reasons that I made the jump out of the classroom, I say that, but in Virginia, we still have a teacher shortage. So I'm still in the classroom nightly, actually, for our adult education program, is because of the level of support we really do provide. Of course, as mentioned, my name is Brittany, and I am your implementation specialist for the state of South Carolina. And my entire goal is just to make sure that you're able to implement the system with fidelity, to go through everything that we have to offer, and in layman terms, to get the best bang for your buck. Truly, that's my job. We also have, as I mentioned, Val, who's available for any of your customer support questions. And then, as you see on the screen, we also have support at essentialed.com. At our company, we don't employ any bots. I am super passionate about the fact that anytime you call from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you're going to get a live person. Alternatively, you can always email at support@essentialed.com, and we really pride ourselves in our turnaround time and making sure that we get any answers that you have answered very specifically and readily to you. Now I'm ready for that next slide. So it's a little jumbled here, but that's okay. One of the things I definitely wanted to talk through were the academic levels of content that we have. The particular download the PDF that's shown there is actually already integrated into our system under the free resources tab. In looking at that document, you'll be able to see the breakdown of our ABE academies, which includes TABE 1314 and CASA's goals, as well as our GED Academy, which includes those 3 separate levels of pre-GED, GED Prep, and Advanced GED. Here at Essential Education, and me personally as a plus-size woman, I do not believe in one size fits all. It just doesn't work that way. Instead, here at Essential Education, we believe in meeting the needs of each of your unique learners. We are able to do that because our ABE Academy goes all the way down to a 2nd grade level, going all the way up into that 10th grade level, which is typically considered test readiness. And our GED Academy begins at the 6th grade level and goes all the way up to the 12th grade level. So that way, truly preparing your students for that post-secondary education or alternatively career readiness. I will like to say that we also offer Mind Play Ultra Studio. That is an academy specifically designed for essential education to support those students who are learning literacy. So truly our program is built to address the needs of all learners. It includes even those students that might be struggling even with literacy, because our mind play does begin with utterances, silly vowel sounds, and even there's a built-in linguistic coach and licensed speech therapist, live real person there, showing students how to really work in their mouth placement and start that language building. So academic levels of contents that are truly appropriate for all levels of learners. I'm ready for that next slide now. The one question we always have to make sure we're addressing, though, is what's next? A lot of the times, some students might come in with the goal of simply passing the GED exam and being done. However, I would say that majority of students do come in with alternative goals. That's one of the privileges of serving our adult education learners, is that there's always this diversity of where their beginning levels are, as well as to what their anticipated outcomes are. So we really like to start focusing in on what's next by making sure we always offer those college and career readiness pathways. So the way that we do that are through a variety of content areas that we have. And that is through, and if you want to show the next slide really quickly, it's outlined there. We believe in, for a student to truly be work ready, that they're going to need to have that level of digital literacy. So that is completed through our Computer Essentials course. And as you can see there, it's truly built upon actual IC3 accreditation so that you have that standardized of curriculum there. Additionally, making sure that that student has the necessary employability skills that are needed in order to really serve in not just being job seeking, but job ready, and being able to actually keep that job. One of the things I wish that I'd had in high school that some public schools offer now, but we don't find it as common as we'd like, is truly money management. One of the things about being employed and being employed with fidelity is making sure that you have the skills necessary to take control of financial situations. Are really passionate about our money essentials because it truly does empower students and remove some of those barriers, including that lack of confidence in really being able to control finances. And then, as always, because we're talking about what's next, I like to highlight that Dreamcatcher course that we have that really talks through students through their purpose in life, not just in terms of employability, but really always wondering what their current reality is versus what their expected reality is. A lot of you all are familiar with our work readiness courses in terms of being able to see those badges pop up as students complete them. And I always like to encourage you to take a look at our LMS, our learning management system, whenever you get a chance, because we're constantly having updates. And one of those most recent updates has included badging even inside of our academic academies. So now, on top of our student progress report, which shows last login, study time, test readiness, and a wealth of other details about your student, students are now even able to have ownership of their academic success by tracking their own badges as well. So it's a really great way that you're able to see now, both through the workforce readiness lens and even the academic success lens, those badges be gained and really measure students' success and provide those metrics. I'm ready for the next screen. On top of course, always offering support for your students and your learners so that they're able to really move forward through the system, we always offer a wealth of resources. Everything shown on this screen here can be found inside of the free resources tab upon logging into Essential Education. And then right next to that tab, you'll actually see a button that's called free training. That free training tab will always be available to you as it offers our live training sessions that you're able to sign up for right through the LMS, as well as our on-demand videos that are always integrated in terms of training. Additionally, I am always available and willing and ready to train with a lot of your teachers in a virtual sense. That's always complimentary and considered part of your purchase. And I've had the pleasure of being able to come down in person in South Carolina and actually attend a few of your conferences. No one has shown me love like South Carolina DOC. There's just a special group of people there. And to this day, my family still talks about how much fun that they had at that conference. So as always, please continue to reach out to us, whether it be through support@essentialed.com, reaching out to Val, Tara, or myself, as we'd always love to hear from you, and get signed up for those free trainings as soon as you can to make sure that we're serving all the needs of all of your students. Thank you all so much for all that you do and allowing Essential Education to continue to support you as you serve your community.
Thank you so much, Brittany. We really appreciate that. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Hannon for some more giveaways and quizzes.
Yes, thank you so much, Brittany. And I apologize, I clicked ahead there, but you stayed right on cue. So thank you so much. You guys have so much to offer. And Essential Education was so nice as well, and they have donated some gifts for us as well. So we have 3 more questions coming up for 3 more additional prizes. So we're going to do this the same way that we did with the Aztec quiz. So in just a second, I'm going to put up question 1. And again, the first to respond in chat, you will be the winner. My winners from the Aztec quiz, you guys are out. You can still participate, but we're going to have a different winner. So if you guys are ready, here we go. It's slow, it's lagging. There we go. All right. What group of students can benefit from learning with Essential Education? And the correct answer is it's all of them. It's our adult basic education learners, our GED test takers, and our English language learners. So Jennifer, who is our first to choose choice D?
I have OB Gillespie.
Right.
OB, if you could just drop your name and program into the chat or direct message to me, that would be great. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Question 2. What information is provided in the student progress reports? And that, guys, that is also all of the above. Yeah, on the student progress report, we see the last login date, the total study time, and test readiness. So again, Jennifer, who chose selection D first?
I have BCSD Adult Education. So again, if you could drop who you are in the chat, that would be great. Thank you.
We're going to have to narrow that down to 1. Choices. All right, so I'm going to let you handle that. Our last question here. Does Essential Education offer content to support learners entering career pathways? And the correct answer here is, of course they do. Yes. So who is our first to choose choice A?
We have Trixie Hicklin.
Very nice. All right. I love this. We have a wide variety of winners here. Well, Ms. Brittany, thank you again. We appreciate you being here today and everything that you guys do with Essential Education. All right. I'm going to throw it back to Jennifer now.
All right. We're just waiting on the screen to catch up. Okay, great. So just a couple of quick announcements here. For those of you that didn't get a chance to see this after the end of your director's meeting, We were able to get some awesome footage and information with our Cheers for Peers campaign from last year. And you can use this QR code to view that highlight reel. A lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome work that were shouted out by their peers from within their program. So do encourage you to check that out. And then also, we want to encourage you, we have available in Brightspace a link so that you are able to share those cheers for great work that you're seeing going on around you in your program with us, so that we can celebrate that with you throughout the year as well. That was so inspiring to see that. I hope that you enjoy it, and we can't wait to hear everything that gets collected this year.
Awesome. And honestly, this is going to be a great beginning to the new year. Looking at the reflections from last year and moving forward. So definitely encourage everyone to check out that video once, twice, 3 times. But now we're moving forward to Burlington English. And we have 2 wonderful representatives, Miss Cheryl Jett, Customer Manager from North Carolina and South Carolina, as well as Miss Morgan Dees, Burlington English Trainer. So welcome and thank you for coming. We're ready to hear and share all this great information.
Hi, everyone. I'm Morgan. Cheryl's on the call as well, but I'll be presenting today for Burlington English. I'm so excited to be here. So let's get ready for back to school, South Carolina. We're so excited to share this time with you. We're excited to go over our resources that we have for you. We were going to go live into our program, but we're just going to skip it today and talk through it instead. But we are your resource and go-to for your English language learners, in person, virtually. Your ABE students have also used our program as well. We are continuing into workforce. And so we just want you to know what you have available to you so that you're ready for this back to school season. And we're ready for the next slide. So our objective today is going to be your best practices for a strong back to school start. And we were going to go live into that onboarding of students with ease during the student orientation course. We're going to stay on this slide for a second so I can talk through it instead to you. And then we will dive into, after that, support that we have for student engagement within Burlington English, but also some resources and documents that we have for you that you'll have access to after today as well. But talking back to that first point, onboarding students with ease using the student orientation courses, I just want everyone to be aware that in your Burlington English accounts, whether you are a teacher, an admin, your students have access to it as well. When you click that courses tile in your main screen, as soon as you log into Burlington English, you will see at the very top of those drop-down menus of all of our different courses and themes, there is a specific area at the very top for student orientation. And that is what that course is labeled as, student orientation. There's 3 courses that are listed there. The very first being using Burlington English
What, the new ones?
lessons.
Keep up with your time.
Using Burlington English student lessons. And that is the very first course I would recommend starting with. That course is perfect for your first week of classes. Whether you are new to Burlington, whether your students are new to Burlington, it really provides a great support in getting students logged on for the first time and starting to figure out how those student lessons work. So all of those lessons, you will see that only the student lesson component is there, the in-class lesson is not. That just means you're going to use those student lessons to facilitate teaching in class or virtually. And you can just play those videos for your students. They will learn how to sign into Burlington, how to record, which is a huge piece of their student lessons in Burlington. And all of those videos are the only videos in Burlington English that do allow for the audio to translate to the language you select. So this is a great place for students to head to. Doing some independent work is also a great place for teachers to head to during that first week or as you continuously have students coming in to help them onboard and take that out of your hands. We're ready to move on to our resources and tools for some student engagement. So we do have messaging. It is in your Burlington English account. You can use it to shout out students or assign. And I did put a little note there, only send links to student accessible components, which are student lessons, vocabulary practice, and readers. So you can always use messaging to either support, shout out, encourage, or also assign work directly to your students. We also have new Burlington English task checklists. So this is another way of assigning. Maybe we're not all very digital. Maybe we want some tangible paper trails as well. These task checklists were made for Burlington Core, all of the courses. You'll see that they do have editable due date and date completed areas. So you can tell students, hey, I'd love you to complete these lessons during this week. And then that date completed section can be a great place for you to check in with those students as well. At the bottom of every module, there will be the module test as well. So if you'd like to collect extra data, use that to inform your teaching and your planning for the rest of the semester, module tests are included as well. We have also created new Burlington English leaderboards. This is to make you and your students kind of celebrate all of their successes and their independent work in Burlington. We have one for hours in Burlington, if that's what you'd like to capture and celebrate. Or we also have lessons completed. So either way, kind of selecting students, both of these show top 20. If you don't really want to call out 20 students, or if you have more than 20 students, make the leaderboard shorter. Maybe just celebrate those students at the top 5 or the top 3, but use it however you'd like to celebrate students and engage them more with their independent study. And then, of course, we have our Burlington English certificates. I hope all of you who use Burlington are very familiar with these. They have been updated, so they look a little bit shiny and new. And they are meant to celebrate anything. So if you don't want to necessarily just celebrate hours or lessons completed like those leaderboards do, you can celebrate anything with these certificates of achievement. They are fillable, you can download and print, you can send to students if you'd like, but it can be in recognition of attendance or trying their best or a test score. Whatever you'd like to celebrate your students, Burlington English would love to support you in that. And then just to let you all know, these were all very student-focused areas, but we do have support for admin and teachers going back to school as well. On Wednesday, August 20th, so next week, we will be hosting 2 trainings. One for new administrators in Burlington, and that will be at 1 p.m. And then Burlington English new instructors or teachers trainings, and that'll be at 2:30 p.m. Even if you're not a new teacher or a new admin and you feel like you need to refresh in some of those skills or remind yourself, please join us. We'd love to have you. And we put them at 2 different times so you can make both if you need to. And then this is just our contact information. I'm Morgan. Cheryl is on as well, and we would love to support you in any way. Please do not be afraid to call those numbers, email those emails. Burlington English is able to set up any level of support you need. We are offering free training always with your purchase. So please reach out if there's any way that we can train, support, source anything for you within Burlington. We'd love to help anyway. And have a great back to school.
Ooh, thank you so much, Morgan, for sharing all that great information. In regards to those trainings that they have coming up on the 20th, if you're interested, go into Brightspace. Do it now. Sign up. They are already there waiting for you to register. So make sure you make that happen. Get in, learn all about the new things in a nice in-depth session. So thanks again, Morgan, for sharing. And now we're going to start the quiz. And let me tell you, they have some really nice prizes. They're giving away two. Is it two? Yes, two of those salty sweet gift boxes, the ones that you just can't get enough of. So we're looking forward to that question. Are you ready for us, Rebecca?
I'm ready. You ready?
Ready. We're ready. Name two tools that Burlington English offers to support student engagement. That's right. Name two tools.
All right, we're ready when you are.
Oh, somebody got it. Hey, reading closely. It said two tools, not one. It said two tools. But the answer is, they're all right. These are all great answers. And so if you at least got two, that was the right answer. Who's our winner, Jennifer?
Our first person to get two tools is Kay Ross. So if you could just pass along, drop in the chat who you are. Congratulations, Kay Ross.
Amazing. So we're going to move on to question two. Question two, when onboarding new students onto Burlington English, what section under our courses tile should you head to? Ooh. And our answer is A, student orientation. Jennifer, who do we have as a winner this time?
Ooh, let's see. One of our winners has already won, so I'm going to go to our second one, which is T Hall. I believe that's Tanya Hall. Congratulations.
Woohoo! Awesome. So congrats to our two winners going to get their salty sweet treats. And we're going to be moving forward to the Level Up experience with Dr. Gaston.
Thank you so much, Burlington English. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Carla, for that great introduction and those quiz prizes. So nice. So I am so happy to present our very own Dr. Mary Gaston. She serves as our SC Adult Education Training and Technical Assistance Specialist, and she is here to talk about those digital skills. So Dr. Gaston, the floor is yours.
Thank you. And
you want to, yes, let me escape real quick. 1 second. I need to make you host, don't I?
I don't know.
Sorry. Okay, can you share now?
I can share now. Let's see. Okay, we're going to talk about Level Up experience today. Been asked to do a promo. Before we get into it, I want to just give a little heads up that we're going to be using emojis a couple of times. And so I put up here, for those of you who don't know how to pull up the emoji menu, well, you're lucky because Zoom has its own emoji menu. If you click on chat and the chat box opens, you got a little smiley face right here, and that will pull up the emoji menu. If you're on a Mac, you've got all three of these choices to pull up. And even though you're in Zoom and using the chat in Zoom, you can still use your Windows or your Mac emoji menu. So you've got choices. If you're on a PC or a Windows, you can click the Windows button, which is to the left of the Alt button. This is not to add the plus, it's just to say, hold down that Windows button and the period at the same time. And that allows you to pull up the menu. So hopefully everyone is going to participate. We're going to do an activity called a waterfall. You got to follow directions really well for it to look like a waterfall. But what we're going to ask you to do is to find an emoji that represents how you feel today. You can put it in the chat, but don't hit send yet. Don't hit send yet. You're only going to hit send when I say the magic word. And this is the magic word right here. Okay, so let's give everybody a few seconds to find an emoji that represents how they feel. And I'm about to say the magic word, waterfall. Oh, wow. We got happy people, puzzled people, sleepy people, cold people. We got all kinds of people. That is great. That is wonderful. Okay. Now we're going to do a little something different in the chat. You might want to give it a little bit of thought before answering in the chat, but I want us to stop and think about all the places in our life that we use technology, the areas of our life where we use technology, the kinds of things we use technology for. And you can put those in the chat. Home, car, travel, work, almost everything these days, communication, everything, calendar, medical charts, amen. Banking, work, yes, everything. Almost all. Pharmacy, pay bills everywhere. You guys are so right. And our classrooms should look like life. And so if we're not using technology in the classroom, we're not doing full service for our students. We want them to have the skills they need to be full participants in society. We found out there was a huge divide a few years ago. So we want to do what we can to make sure that our students are prepared for their school life, their work life, their financial, as a financial participant and manager, as health, it's huge, managing their money. So we want to make sure that we're comfortable using technology in the classroom. We don't have to be a techie and we don't have to know how to do everything, but we do need to be resilient so we can bounce back from that frustration, but we also need to be confident. So this next slide, we're going back to our emoji menu, and you're going to put in the emoji that you most identify with. Now, yours won't look exactly like the ones on this slide, but if you feel cautious about using tech in your classroom and you move kind of slow and steady, that's fine. Use a turtle. If you're moving, but maybe not quite up to speed, you're still catching your breath, find a runner to put in the chat. And if you're ready to blast off, put the rocket in there. And let's see where everybody, oh, we got lots of rockets going. That's great. Got some runners. And no matter which one you identified with, you could still benefit from the level up experience. The main thing about this experience is that hopefully we all end in a better place than where we start. Some of you may may identify more like with the turtle. As long as we level up, then we're achieving what we want to. Those of you that are rockets, some of you may be real techies and you might be bored in this experience. That's something that you have to make up your own mind about. We are, when you go to fill out the registration form, you're going to see we ask you a lot of questions because we're going to do our best to meet you where you are based on the skills that you have. So the main thing is you can be any of these as long as you're willing to have that growth mindset and end up in a better place than we begin. So we may not all be as enthusiastic as this guy is, but we do want to level up. What is level up experience? Hopefully it's going to be fun. Yeah, most of y'all know me. I'm all about having fun, but I'm all about learning too. I want it to be hands-on. We want it to be high energy. This is going to be a very comfortable and supportive place for you, an opportunity to grow. It consists of 3 full-day in-person sessions. We're doing this in each region, and this slide has all the dates on it. So 3 in-person full-day sessions in each TAN. In between those full-day sessions, we'll do a learning circle online. The learning circle, small group, opportunity to practice some things, to share some things, to get inspired by what some of your peers are doing. And at the end of the year, we'll have a statewide virtual showcase that we're calling our capstone to celebrate the growth. It's all about leveling up so we can support our learners. All right, so if you were going to participate, which path would you choose? Would you choose, if you could only choose one, would you choose about boosting your basics, mastering new tools, or leading with confidence? Which one would be most important to you? And just put the numbers in there. That's great. And you'll be happy to note there's no wrong answer. We hope that we can help you meet whatever your goal is, whether it's mastering more basics, mastering new tools, or leading with confidence. And I just have to
3, 2, 1, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
See how brave he was? Leveling up.
All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy.
And we are not going to make you jump over rolls of toilet paper, but I just had to show that little boy. He was so precious. So let me tell you a few more details about this level up experience. TAN 3 starts a week from tomorrow, okay? The deadline to register for TAN 3 is tomorrow. The other 3 TANs, their first meeting isn't until September, so their deadline to register is August 29th. But we have to have 10 people in each TAN for us to be able to, do the travel and invest in your TAN. We've got to have 10 people registered. And if you sign up, we need you to show up. Okay. If you tell us you're going to be there, we want you to be there. Right now, we don't have 10 in any of the regions. Okay. TAN 3, we need 4 more people by tomorrow. We have 6 serious registrations. We need 4 more. So if you're in TAN 3 and you want to participate, don't hesitate. Scan this QR code or look in Brightspace to get that link. And I think I may have it to drop right here. Let's see. Yeah. And so it's on to the next level. Let's all boost up our skills together. And I think that's all I have. Any questions?
Dr. Gaston, we had a question in the chat about how folks can know what TAN they are in.
Okay, I will drop the link to that in, well, if you go into, let me you want me just to go ahead and show? I tell you what, I will pull the map out of the website so I don't hold things up, and I will add it to the course shell, and I will also put something in the chat before the end of today's meeting. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Gaston. This sounds like this is going to be a really cool experience that everyone kind of has some potential that they can grow in the way that's most needed and most interesting for them. And I think that this is just going to be super cool. I'm so excited that this initiative is happening. All right, moving forward, we are super excited to have our friends from WIN, so the Career Readiness Credential and the courseware and so much more. And I believe we have Mr. Ken Bodie with us, or perhaps Mr. Nate Walker.
Got us both with you.
All right, wonderful. So we are so glad that you guys are here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Hey, y'all. My name is Nate Walker, and as you heard, Ken Bodie is on this call as well. He's our regional account manager, but I'll be the one presenting to you all today. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what WIN Career Readiness Solutions are available to you guys, and they're available to you all through the state contract. So it's all something that's there for you to use immediately. And we can go to the next slide. So these are the three things your learners have access to. Okay, this is the three coursewares that they have access to. So we have soft skills, and what that does is reinforce the attitudinal and behavioral competencies that are just absolutely necessary for today's workplace and just the world in general. Employers tell us that they consider these soft skills as they're making hiring and retention and promotion decisions. So very important to have, but kind of hard to put your finger on what they are. You have work-ready academic skills, and this develops the foundational workplace skills. It's often referred to as academic or the hard skills that are required for jobs, from entry-level positions all the way up through professional positions. And the research that we have shows that 85% of all jobs use some sort of math reading and data in various levels. And then the third one here is your digital skills, which we just got a nice presentation on about how important they are, right? And what this does is it focuses on the skills you need to navigate technology. It really focuses on those foundational skills. So if you were in that turtle category or the basics, digital skills would help you out with that. And we go to the next slide. It's hard to talk about the courseware without talking about the credentials that are available to you. So for each one of those coursewares, you do get we have stackable credentials available. You do have to take an assessment in order to obtain them, even though the courseware you can access at any time. Now, the digital skills credential, again, measures that digital tech. The soft skills measures that attitudinal and behavior skills. The work ready, again, with the math reading and data. The only one here that I haven't mentioned to you guys is that there is a professional skills credential. It's relatively new. It was created for y'all in October of 2023. And what it does is it combines two existing credentials. It combines the soft skills and the digital literacy skills. Okay, so if you want to pursue the professional skills credential, you would be essentially taking two assessments, the soft skills and the digitals. Next slide. Okay, so let's dive into the soft skills just a little bit more. Again, I mentioned that these are your behavioral and attitudinal skills. They're hard to define, but employers tell us that they are crucial for success and just being a normal human in the workplace. All right, so it's broken up into 4 different modules here, and you can see what you. Oh, can we go to the next slide? I'm sorry, I'm talking about the wrong slide here. Hey, there it is. All right, then you have the 4 modules that are there: the communicating effectively, conveying professionalism, promoting teamwork and collab, and then thinking critically. And that screenshot there is just a picture that's out of the online content. Okay, and then next slide. All right, your work ready courseware. Now, again, those measure that math, reading, and data. categories. And you can see the screenshot of the online curriculum there. But I'm not going to read this whole slide to you. You know, the math covers those foundational math skills as well as the reading and the data. And we can go to the next. All right, so for academic skills, you see this chart here. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with ONET, but what ONET is it's a database that the Department of Labor has created. And it basically puts every single occupation they could think of, like over 1,000, into one of 5 job zones. Okay. I tell you this because our academic skills are directly aligned with ONET job zones. So if you were to receive an academic achievement skill of a 3, for instance, then you would link up with the job zone 3 occupations that are available in ONET. So you can see if you did test at a 3, you would be foundationally ready for about 59% of the jobs that are available or that are listed in ONET by the Department of Labor. Okay. Just to give you an idea, you know, the high school graduates, the high schools, they're required a level 3 or higher, just to give you kind of an idea of other people entering the workforce. Let me go to the next slide. Thank you. And this is the digital literacy skills and how they are broken down. So it has 5 different modules. You can see that these are just foundational skills for digital literacy, which you'd be surprised a lot of people need a lot of brushing up on, or they need to be introduced to. Computer operations, your internet browsing. So it's not just how to search, it's how to safely search things, how to appropriately search things, digital communications, documents, and security. All right, so all important things in order to navigate technology. All right, so I've talked about 2 different things here. I've talked about credentials and courseware. Okay, both of them are available to you. And it's important to kind of determine or delineate between the 2, right? So credentials validate the mastery of skills. They're earned by passing a proctored assessment, and they're endorsed by the National Work Readiness Council. Okay, what kind of sets us apart from everybody else in this space is that we do align ourselves with those ONET job zones. Okay. Now, our courseware, on the other hand, it serves as a skill builder for the assessments. You can provide practice for earning the assessment, and it gives an opportunity for remediation and upskilling. So things like credentials and courseware, they're kind of separate, but at the same time, they're connected. We can go to the next slide. A lot of people ask, you know, what employers really recognize these credentials. These are some of the employers that we are working with right now. You know, it's constantly being updated, but you can see there's some big names here, and how they use our solutions are different, and how they recognize it are different. Some people use it as like a pre-employment screening. Some people use it as an interviewing tool. So just know that these companies are using them as well. And in the state of South Carolina, more and more employers are starting to recognize WIN credentials. And we can go to the next. And I think this may be coming to the last couple slides, but our resource center is absolutely amazing. Like I said, you all have the ability to log in to the WIN site, and I would take a look at the resource center. We have a ton of how-to videos there. We have our old recorded trainings posted there, so you can go back and look for specific material. We will have our future, we do like a WIN Wednesday, where every Wednesday of each month we go and give like refreshers, or we update you on new product info, things like that. You can sign up and register for those there as well. I do want to note the proctor guide that's listed there. That is currently being revised, and it will be uploaded soon. And you can go to the next. And this is our contact information. Lisa's not on the call for us, but Lisa's our senior customer success manager. And you got my name and contact and Ken's contact info there, and our WIN support team, which is absolutely amazing. You will get a human every time you call them. But you can reach out to any of us for things like account information, anything that you need with the WIN products. We're either of us are really happy to help. But thank you guys for having us. We really, really appreciate it. And I'll pass it along.
Awesome. Mr. Walker, thank you so much. And thank you to all of your team for what everyone does at WIN for those of us in South Carolina. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, Dr. Hannon.
Oh no. Dr. Hannon said, Carla, make
just kidding.
things happen. Thank you again, Nate, because now it's time for another quiz. Yes. And this time he's giving out merch. That's right, merch. Hydration merch. It's hot outside. He wants to make sure you have the WIN water bottle to make sure that you are staying hydrated in this hot weather. So we're going to move on to the questions. We have 3 prizes available. Let's get that first question so these folks can make sure they're staying hydrated in a South Carolina summer. Question 1. What percentage of jobs require math, reading, and data skills? Ooh, some of you didn't even need to see the letters. You just knew the number. That is impressive. Jennifer, who's our winner?
Well, what's our correct answer?
Oh, that doesn't make sense. 85%, guys. 85% of jobs are requiring math, reading, and data skills. Let's make sure we know our winner now.
And that would be Cindy T.
Ooh, Cindy T. Congrats, congrats. So she's got herself some WIN merch. Let's go on to our second question. Second question. Name one of the 4 modules included in the Essential Soft Skills courseware. So many answers. Oh, guess what? The answer's E, all of the above. Wasn't even there. Nevertheless, if you got it, at least that one right, we're going to count that. Who was the fastest person, Jennifer?
Newberry Adult Education.
Oh, y'all are going to have to take the bottle and pass it around. That's okay, because that merch is coming to Newberry. Fantastic. Last question. Question number 3. Which work-ready module helps learners interpret charts, graphs, and tables in the workplace? Ooh. Now, he did say this in the presentation, but it was really quick. Were you paying attention? Were you paying special attention? The answer is A, work-ready data. Jennifer, who's our winner?
Oh, there might be a fix-in on this one. We've got Mr. Moore from Oconee.
Oh my goodness, representing the upstate. Boss man, I'm coming to your office to share the merch. Okay, so thanks again to WIN, to Mr. Nate Walker for sharing. We're going to be moving on to Wanda. Are you ready for us?
Oh, we got one.
It's Rebecca. Sorry, I apologize. It's Rebecca's turn.
Yes. Hi, guys. So back again, we've got another vendor right on tap. We have our Dreambox Reading Plus representative, Miss Lindsay Bogger here. She's the professional development supervisor. So Miss Lindsay, are you on the call?
I am.
Perfect. You just tell me next. For the
Okay,
slides.
perfect. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Lindsay Boger. I'm with Discovery Ed and Reading Plus. And so today, I was just going to do a quick overview, reminder, all the things Reading Plus. I know a lot of you all used the program last year, so you have a little bit of info already. Just wanted to kind of give you some tips and tricks to get the year started. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started if you don't mind going to the next slide. You can keep on going. One more. Perfect. All right. So one thing I wanted to first cover is that on your Reading Plus screen, whenever you log in, no matter if you are an educator, if you are an admin for a site, all your boards, teacher dashboards or boards are going to look the same. One thing I want to direct you all to is on the left, there's a couple of tabs that really can direct you through the program. But one that I really want you all to focus on is the Learn tab. In this Learn tab, there is a plethora of resources for you all. One piece of that puzzle is going to be Reading Plus University, where we have guides and printables for you created, little micro videos that might help you through. So you might go in there and say, oh, I see this report. What does this report mean? All of that information is right there for you. So I know you all don't have a lot of time, but if you get stuck or you feel like I need to know more about a certain report or how does this work, that Learn tab is something we've really built out. So just know it's there. You can always access it. And I just really wanted to make sure you all knew. Another thing that if you ever have a rostering issue or just a glitch, anything on top of your screen, you do have something that says customer support. If you click on the customer support tab, it directs you directly to our support team. They are phenomenal and they can pretty much guide you through anything. If not, they will contact me and then I'll step in. But there's always, feel free to just tap that link. It will ask you basically what topic it is that you're needing to help with, and then they'll get in touch with you right away. Okay. Go ahead and click next, please. All right, and one more time. So because you all have used Reading Plus in the past, there's a couple of things I want to remind you of at beginning of year. First off, of course, the students have to have devices, obviously. I would suggest them when they are beginning the program to have headphones, partly just because it gets everybody focused. Logging in methods, you all direct login. So I know last year we went through how to get your students rostered. I have sent that to you all this year as a reminder, so it'll be in your MLS this year of just the step-by-step directions on getting those students rostered. But like I said, you will direct login, and once the students get in, they are just going to click I'm a student, and they'll be taken directly into the Reading Plus program. Okay, next. Now, on your side of things, administrators of sites, you do have to reset your dashboard. This is because you have new students, new rosters, things look a little bit different every school year. When you log in this year, you'll notice, and it's a little bit small, but you'll notice here where it says home screen and manage tab, there is going to be a pink red bar across the top that's going to tell you you need to reset your site. This is just basically telling you, let's start the year fresh. What you're going to do is you're going to click reset site. It is also, you can get to this page by clicking manage on the left. When you have that toolbar on the left, it'll click manage. You will see your site. So let's just say I see Fairfield on my screen. So I'm just going to use Fairfield. So you'll see Fairfield, you'll see Fairfield County Adult Education. Then on the far right, there's a little box. You're going to click it and just hit reset. That is going to take you, and click go to the next slide, please. That's going to ask you to confirm, just basically saying, are you sure you want to reset? You do. You'll see right here on the right-hand side, there's an orange box and it says reset. You're going to click that and it's going to reset your site. That way, when your students get in this year, they will start with that insight assessment again. Okay, go ahead and click one more time for me. And on this page, this is just your confirmation page. This is just asking you, are you sure you want to do this? Do you want this insight assessment to restarted? You do. So you're going to click next. Okay, keep going for me if you don't mind. All right. So again, insight assessment is the assessment your students take at the beginning of the year. We say schedule about 50 minutes. They can take it in more than one setting. So if you see testing fatigue, tell them to take a break. It will save their progress through the assessment. And this is going to give you a benchmark assessment data. It's going to let you know the grade level equivalency of where your students are coming in. It's also going to break that up. It's going to give you a comprehension score, a fluency score, and even a grade level equivalency of their vocabulary. Then going from there, it's really up to you. You can do this full whole group. You can do it in a workshop model, whole class, or even home use. After the reset, will student lose the progress? So what's going to happen is every year, yes, we start over. So if they landed, let's just say on an 8th grade level last year, they should come back in on an 8th grade level and it will take them from there. The program is adaptive. So it's going to take in however they did on that assessment, and it's just going to go from there. All right, next slide for me, please. All right, so when your students get in, they finish their assessment. What do you want to see throughout the week? Depending on how they did on that assessment, that is what the lessons are going to be generated for them. So they're going to have a selection of comprehension lessons, vocabulary lessons, and possibly visual skills. Those are their fluency lessons. I always recommend for your students to complete a reading lesson first. So the first time they engage in the program in the week, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day that might be, I would suggest to really kind of push them along to get a reading lesson first. Once they've completed that, they can choose whatever lesson they want. Remember, if you see a student that doesn't have any reading lessons available to them, that is simply because they may have scored below a second grade reading level and below 150 words per minute fluency. So what the program's going to do is really work on fluency with them and then begin to give them reading questions. But everyone that scores above that should have reading lessons available to them, vocabulary skills, and then any fluency skills if necessary. Okay, next screen for me. On your side of things, make sure you're managing holds. So remember that if your students are displaying any behaviors that Reading Plus doesn't like, for example, speeding through lessons, or even on the other side of the coin, going too slowly and maybe getting distracted, Reading Plus will put them on a hold. So what you have to do on your side of things is on your dashboard, you will get an alert. And that is telling you your student is paused. They cannot do anything in the program until you release that hold. I would definitely have a conversation with my student about why are you on a hold, and the program will tell you. It will tell you what the behavior was. Do know these holds can happen during the assessment as well. So even during that initial assessment, if they're just flying through it, it will put them on a hold. So just make sure every now and then you are checking to see if they are on a hold. And finally, monitoring their assignments. I know we want to get those assignments done, but I also need to see how are they doing on those assignments. If they're getting in the red for everything they're completing, that's definitely a conversation you may want to have. Just what's going on? Do we need to adjust some settings? Maybe we need to slow down the words per minute. Maybe we need to give some more rereads. There's definitely some scaffolds built in that you can help with the students. So we want to monitor exactly how the students are doing. Okay, next slide. And one more time. And I've included a lot of slides in here, so there are going to be some slides I don't touch. This is going to be available in your MLS as well. But I did want to go on this slide because I think I have about one more minute. Identifying needs. When your students complete that insight assessment, view your class screening report. You have an assessment tab on your dashboard, and that's where all of your assessment data will live. Remember that initial assessment is assigned at the beginning of the year. You have to go in as an administrator and assign them mid-year and end year. Up to you on the dates for that. My suggestion, they need about 40 lessons under their belt before they're assessed again. And I think that's all the time I have. Please, I think most of you all have my email. I will be emailing all directors just to kind of a reminder of how everything's going. Reach out if you need anything. Definitely use that customer support button on the top if you have any technical issues that they can quickly solve. And I will, yes, pop my email right now in the chat. If I could type correctly, there we go. There you go. All right, thank you all. Have a great, wonderful year.
Thank you so much. And there's so much jam-packed. Yes, there's so much jam-packed here. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to say all these slides are actually already uploaded into Brightspace. So Dreambox, there's so much more to explore here. So please check those slides out. You'll see a lot more information. Also, any of our vendors today that submitted handouts, those resources are also already up on Brightspace, and you can click through those and find those. Do we have any questions in chat?
We do. We have one from Ms. Govan who says, after the reset, will students lose their progress / work from the previous year?
Yes, so the insight assessment is going to just basically restart them based on how they're rostered. And so it does start from scratch every year, but it's going to, wherever they left off last year, they should place very close to where they left off. Of course, summer slide, all the things in the summer, but yes, it's not necessarily going to place them exactly where they were last year. It's going to take that insight assessment into calculation.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. And Dreambox, they too have generously donated a couple prizes for us. So we've got 3 quick questions that we're going to go through. And since Carla was outlining the gifts, I will tell you, Dreambox, you are winning a Starbucks gift card. So that's always nice. So here we go with question 1. I'm going to go kind of quick because of time's sake. So here we go. Question 1. The lag. Slow. I said I was going to go quick and now my computer's going slow. So here we go. What is the name of the assessment given each school year in Reading Plus? Dun, dun, dun. Drum roll is, and the correct answer here is C, Insight Assessment. Jennifer, who's our winner?
Let's see. Okay, our first C, Sophie Fuller.
That's our first one. Here we go with question 2. What 3 skills does the assessment look at when assessing the students? Be careful, this one's tricky. Jennifer, we got some variety of answers?
Yes, we do.
All right, correct answer here is D, comprehension, vocabulary, and fluency. And who's our winner?
Let's see, that will be Leah Locklear.
Ooh. Awesome, awesome. All right, last question here. When logging in as a student, should the student start with a reading lesson, vocabulary lesson, or visual skills lesson?
All right, good variety here.
Right, correct answer here is reading lesson.
And that would be Taylor White. Taylor White, if you could just let us know your program, that would be great.
Great. All right. Well, I am going to throw it over. Again, thank you, Ms. Lindsay, for participating for our back to school kickoff here and for just all the great information. Thank you. Ms. Govan, you on the call?
Yes, I'm here. So, and Rebecca, I hope that do I have a chance to talk after her or no? Will I?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So at this time, I would like to welcome Ms. Ashley Lindsay, our implementation consultant from Triple P. Thank you so much, Ms. Lindsay, for being with us today.
Great. Thank you so much. I see a lot of familiar names in the chat, so it's great to have you all here. I know we're kind of coming to a close, so I'm going to move through this very quickly and may skip over some slides. But as was mentioned, you'll have access to all of these pieces afterwards. So I'm here representing the Triple P Positive Parenting Program. This is something that is available to you all, the online version for the folks that you're working with in your program. So next slide, please. So Triple P, some of you may be familiar with Triple P. This is based on, it's an evidence-based parenting program, over 40 years of research, originated in Australia, was brought to the US specifically through a population trial in South Carolina about 15 years ago. So South Carolina is really where Triple P America started, and we're still housed and based, our US offices in Columbia. So we have lots of research. The idea, again, is there's lots of different ways families want support and need support. So our program is available in a lot of different ways. Next slide, please. So Triple P really is designed to meet families where they are. It's looking at social emotional skill development, behavioral skills. At a population level, it can work to, when you have all the different programs or various programs available, to reduce child maltreatment rates. Again, it's meeting parents where they are. What are they really, really feeling good and confident about? And then just building that up, but also building that self-reliance and self-sufficiency and building that confidence in their parenting skills. Also, again, having them think about what's going really well. But again, where do they want to kind of boost and focus on? Next slide. So we are offered, like I mentioned, in a lot of different ways. So that level 1 is really getting the word out. So it's okay to ask for help. You may have one experience with your first child and your second child is very different. So no matter where people are in their parenting journey, if it's getting ready to be a parent, or this is my 3rd or 4th child, or now my child is a teen, I'm not sure what to do, or I'm a grandparent and now I'm a full-time caregiver to my grandchildren, what does that look like? So meeting, again, letting people access support in different ways. It can be That level 1, where you're just saying, again, here's what's available. It's okay to ask for help. That level 2 is really more of a broad. It might be a one-time session at a school. So going back to school night, just a whole session about what is positive parenting. Then parents might say, you know what, we need a little bit of support around building routine around homework or around bedtime routine or screen time. So that's where we can move up and give families more support, either in an individual way or in a group space. And that highest level, that tier 5, factors in things like families who maybe have parents struggling with their own emotional regulation or parents going through separation and divorce. So it adds that lens on, along with providing support for parenting. Next slide, please. So every one of our programs is really, like I mentioned, focused on self-regulation. So really thinking about what's working well, let's build upon those strengths. It's completely parent-driven. So our practitioners who are trained to deliver Triple P serve as more facilitators in the process. They, again, use and tailor examples that fit that family's context. So if this family is living in a rural setting, an urban setting, maybe they're in a transitional housing space, maybe you have multi-generational family members that are all parenting. Again, using examples and making it work for that family. The family gets to pick what the strategies they want to use and what they want to focus on. The practitioner, the person that's trained and facilitating that process, is just guiding them through. This is not directed. So next slide, please. So in all of our programs, no matter if you're thinking about someone who is expecting their first child or someone who has, again, somebody getting ready to go to high school, middle school, these are all the things that are present in our programs. So looking at your environment, do you have a safe, interesting space? Is it positive? With a sort of discipline, we're thinking about, are there logical consequences, or are you planning ahead to maybe be preventative to avoid certain behaviors you don't want to see? Being realistic, thinking about your developmental milestones, right? What you expect from your 2-year-old, is that a realistic expectation, right? And then also, always, you can't fill your cup if others' cups if yours isn't full. So how are you taking care of yourself as a caregiver before you're giving everything else out to your family? And again, that's present in all of our programs, no matter where you're at. If you're, again, working with someone who's focusing on parenting an infant all the way up to teen. Next slide, please. So our online version is a piece that, that you all have access to through your adult education programs. All of you have codes that you can assign to your families, and they can work through the Triple P online at their own pace. They have access to this for a year. If they need longer access, you just have to let me know and we can extend that access. They can get to this with you, or they can do this on their own. Again, you know, sometimes families want support, but they might be afraid to ask, or, you know, they just, you know, want to do this on their own time. So this enables them to be able to do that. It's available in multiple languages and in different programs. So next slide, please. We can go ahead and skip through this one too. All right, so our 0 to 12 program, these are the different topics. So it's 8 modules. Families work through them. They do their own goal setting. It's, again, so very self-reflective, does check-ins along the way. There's videos embedded. You can't just click through it. It's very interactive. And you all, because you have access as managers for the families that you're working with, can actually see the progress. So you can't go in and see what people actually typed or they selected they wanted to work on unless they share that workbook with you. But you can see how families are progressing. So, oh, this family is in module 5. I can check in and talk to them about it. How's it going? What questions do you have? You know, so you can go, again, through any one of these modules and just do some touch bases. So these are the topics for the 0 to 12 program. And next slide, please. And this is what it looks like, just a quick screenshot so you can see once families are logged into the program, caregivers, they can see their progression, they can see what's coming up ahead, they can go back to things, they can bookmark things. This is all available within their private online portal. Next slide, please. These are the teen modules. So the teen topics you can see obviously are a little bit different. But again, just very appropriate, very structured, very similarly to the 0 to 12 program. As managers, again, for your area, you can also log right in and see where folks are within the teen modules, and also available in multiple languages. And I think we're on our last slide. Great. So my colleague Courtney Town and I provide support for South Carolina. We are available. We work with your contacts. We're happy if there are new folks who just need some additional support with the system, if we need to shift some codes around, allocations, we are happy to do that. I do want to let you all know that Triple P Online is also free to any family in South Carolina. So if you have folks that you know that you're interested in promoting this, the Children's Trust of South Carolina has made Triple P Online available statewide. So that is the 0 to 12 program and the teen program. If you just search Triple P South Carolina, it will take you right to the page, and there are codes available there at no cost. And thank you all again. I hope you have a great start to the year.
Thank you so much, Ashley. We do appreciate you, and we look forward to working with you this school year. Guys, let me tell you, I'm so excited because we have had the opportunity this year to be in the grant writing season, of course. And there have been so many programs that have written for the grant, and we are now officially sitting at 18 programs that are recipients of the Family Literacy Grant. So y'all, that's huge. I'm excited. And for those of you that have been doing family literacy for a while, I know that you guys are excited as well. And for those of you that are new to this, please do not hesitate to tap into your resources that are available to you to help you navigate through this process. And I will tell you, my program in itself is a part of the navigation model for what this thing could really look like. So I'm so excited. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me or Ms. Harriet with questions, or anyone else with the team at the state level to assist with any support that you might need for family literacy. So let me just say this, y'all. I've been watching numbers or participants on the call today, and that number has gone up, it's gone down, it's gone up. You know, everybody's busy, I do understand, but I will suggest, based on the numbers from last year, that you encourage your staff to go back and watch that. You know, there's a lot of good information on there that you may want to see or hear about, and it may be that they don't watch the entire, broadcast, but at least go and find things that would be helpful to them or to support the area that they're working in. So I do encourage the playback for this kickoff. The next thing, y'all, this is a big drum roll. Yeah, thank you. Yay, look at my girls. I love y'all. Vanna and her girls. Look at there. I don't know if I'm Vanna, but anyway, y'all. So excited about National Adult Education and Family Literacy Week, y'all. So often this week gets turned into Family Literacy Week or gets turned into National Adult Education Week, but it's a combined effort. You all know that we get the grant for both. It's written together. So when you wrote for that AEFL grant, you wrote for the Adult Education Family Literacy grant. So it's not a separate thing, although it shows up separate in a lot of spaces. But what better advocate would we have for this week than us? So I know there are lots of programs that work really hard to make this week an exciting week for their participants as well as their staff members. And I know that there are lots of you that are working hard to make yours even better, to include myself. But I will tell you, there are some programs to watch, and I would just be, just paying close attention as we work toward getting to that week of celebration. I know that Mr. Byron, he's the proclamation man. He helped me figure out where I need to go on my first year in trying to figure out and navigate family literacy. And he's one of those people that you want to watch. So if nothing else, find those programs that are working and doing the work for this week. Look it up online. We will also be sharing things from our office regarding things that you can do to really showcase this week, help our state, help our local government, as well as the nation know how important adult education is. Now, we all know the things that are going on, that are beyond our control, but there are just some things that we can do to be more proactive about the great things that we're doing here in adult ed and as well as family literacy. So I beg of you, I plead with you, I ask you to please, please, please make it known to as many people that you can how important adult education is, And let's like really just blow the top off of South Carolina this year by just highlighting everything that we're doing to all people that will listen, whether it be the newspaper, social media. Some people may be able to afford, news broadcasting or radio broadcasting, whatever it is, y'all. Let's celebrate adult education this week. Now, I will tell you, and I don't know, somebody's going to have to help me with this, because I'm seeing a note where it says that it's the 15th through the 19th, but my research says the September 14th through the 20th. So just know it's that week. It should not be any discrepancies there. I hate to almost look it up. Somebody can put it in the chat for me really quick, just to make sure I've got my Monday fixed with my Friday. But nonetheless, we know what week it will be. So please, please, please do all the work. Start the planning now. Now is the time to get ready. This is our one time out of the entire year to let everybody know that what we're doing, and that we are here and we're here to stay. And we are working to support adult learners in the state of South Carolina. And we are South Carolina Adult Education. Anyway, I've said that. I am so appreciative for you all. I'm going to sign off now. I think that we've got a call or recording.
I got you. Thank you so much, Wanda.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Thank
Thank
you.
All right, guys, I know we're slightly over time. If you'll just give us just 3 more minutes, I promise we are almost through. Again, these slides they're already in Brightspace, but please go look. Like I said, we had to kind of skip through a few things. There was so much packed in today. And we are so appreciative that you guys stuck on the call with us today. And we're just here to celebrate with us as well. So a couple slides here. I do have to do the shout out for the hot topics. Each Thursday, or one Thursday out of each month, there will be a hot topics for the ABE side and the ESOL side. Here are the dates that those are projected. And again, I know I'm going fast. Also check out Brightspace on the homepage of Brightspace for those quick links. They're found kind of as you scroll to the bottom where you'll see your courses. We have several quick links there that will link you to a survey. We have the request of professional development. This year, we're also asking for the ABE side, submit some hot topics requests. We want to hear from you guys. What do you guys want to hear and talk about in these hot topics? I can tell you in September, we are talking about TABE. We are talking about TABE 1314. So that one's already on the to-do list. And then we have the Submit a Cheers for Peers nomination. As Jennifer said, we had an amazing video last year and we want to celebrate our peers come the end of this school year. So, and then you see there's one more link to for a resource for distance learning. So please check that out. All right. And then one more slide here. There we go. All right. So we all know Dr. Alicia Morell, and unfortunately she could not join us today, but she did compose our closing remarks today. It's about a minute and a half. And so I do ask if you don't mind stay on for us and listen to her. When we complete this video, if you will, don't forget, as you know, with all the Brightspace courses, go in and complete the survey that's found at the bottom of the course page that you're connected to, and then you will get your certificate as well. So I do have to close this and open YouTube. So again, bear with me for just a second, and I hope it doesn't buffer. All right, and Jennifer, help me out. Make sure we're playing sound. Everything sounds okay, please.
Everyone, I'm truly sorry I couldn't be with you live today, but I didn't want to miss the chance to share a few words with each of you as we launch another incredible year in South Carolina adult education. First and foremost, thank you. Thank you for the passion, resilience, and unwavering commitment you bring to your work. You don't just teach skills and award diplomas. You restore hope, open doors, and help people believe in themselves again. And that's powerful. This year, as we move forward together, I encourage you to lean into your impact. Whether you're helping a learner earn their first credential or guiding someone back onto the path of lifelong learning, you are changing lives. Every transcript, every test score, every encouraging word matters more than you may ever know. Even though you may face challenges, and I'm pretty sure you will, you're not doing this alone. We're a team united in purpose, and we're here to support you every step of the way. So let's make this year one of connection, innovation, and bold student-centered progress. We believe in the work you're doing, and we believe in you. So have a strong start to this school year, and I can't wait to connect with you in person soon. Take care, and thank you again for everything you do for South Carolina's adult learners.
All right. Thank you guys again for staying on the call with us today. We do appreciate it, and we hope everyone has a great start to the school year. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Guys.
Open for just a few minutes in case anybody needs to stay on and ask questions.